Most garden experiments start with a sensible plan. This one started with a pile of grass clippings so big it looked like it was plotting something. Anyone who's mowed a lawn knows the feeling. One moment you have a tidy yard, and the next you're staring at a mountain of green fluff that seems too useful to throw away, but too risky to dump straight onto your soil. Instead of spreading it thin like everyone recommends, I wanted to see what would happen if I went completely against the rules. No turning, no mixing, no fancy layering. I dug a long trench, about a foot deep, and filled it entirely with fresh grass clippings. Packed tight, a green lasagna nobody asked for. Day one looked normal enough. A neat green stripe buried under the soil. The kind of thing you'd forget about, like a secret you assume will stay quiet. Except grass clippings never stay quiet. By day 3, the soil above the trench was warm, warmer than the garden around it. Grass decomposes fast because it's full of nitrogen, and when you pack it like this, it heats up in a hurry. Not compost pile hot, but warm enough that the soil felt like a heated seat in winter. A strange comfort. Around day 7, something else happened. The soil started sinking. The whole trench bowed inward like a soft mattress. Grass collapses as it breaks down, so the soil on top naturally drops. You could actually see the digestion happening underground. But the real surprise showed up at day 14. When I pulled the soil back, those grass clippings weren't slimy or stinky anymore. They'd turned into a soft, dark, sponge-like material, not finished compost. More like a halfway point, but rich enough to change the texture of the soil around it. The roots from the plants beside the trench had already started sneaking in, tapping into the decomposing grass like a slow-release buffet. The moisture levels were better, the soil held together differently. Even the worms had gathered, treating the trench like a newly opened restaurant. Here's why this works. Grass is basically nitrogen candy. When buried deeply, it breaks down rapidly, and the heat kickstarts microbial activity. As it cools, fungi and worms jump in, finishing the job. That trench becomes a long underground fermentation chamber, quietly feeding the roots around it for months. But the magic isn't the grass, it's the transformation. You take something that usually causes problems, mats, slime, stink, and bury it where it can't choke your plants. Down there, it becomes soil food, and fast. After 14 days, I didn't just have decomposed grass, I had a living engine under my plants, a slow, steady drip of nutrients, moisture retention, worm attraction, better texture, less watering, one strange trench, one pile of grass, and 2 weeks later, the earth had rewritten the rules again. Gardening is full of tidy theories, but the soil doesn't read books. It simply reacts. And when you bury organic matter where it can break down safely, it always finds a way to turn your experiment into something useful. This trench taught me a simple truth. Sometimes the fastest soil improvements come from the boldest, laziest ideas. And honestly, I'm digging another one.